So let's dive into content creation. First up, we have the article writer. Next, there's the blog poster. Following that, the social media poster. Then we have the content generator. And finally, the copywriter. Now let's talk about language translation, starting with the language translator. Then we have the text translator. Up next is the speech translator. After that, there's the real-time translator. And lastly, the multilingual translator. Moving on to virtual assistants. First, we have the virtual assistant. Next, there's the chatbot. Following that, the voice assistant. Then we have the personal assistant. And finally, the customer support. Finally, let's explore data analysis, starting with the data analyst. Then we have the data scientist. Up next is the business analyst. After that, there's the market researcher. And lastly, the insights generator. Education and learning. First, we have the online tutor. Next, there's the educational assistant. Then we come to the learning platform. Following that, we have the course creator. And finally, there's the knowledge base. Alright, let's dive into the world of graphic design and digital art. First up, we have the graphic designer. Then, there's the digital artist. Next, we have the logo creator, followed by the infographic designer. And lastly, the visual effects artist. Moving on to music and audio, we start with the music composer. Then we have the audio editor. Up next is the sound designer, followed by the music producer. And rounding out this category, the podcast editor. Now let's talk about video creation and editing. First, we have the video editor, then there's the videographer. Next up is the animator, followed by the visual effects artist. And finally, the video producer. Lastly, we have programming and development. We begin with the software developer, then the web developer. Up next is the mobile app developer, followed by the game developer. And wrapping things up, the AI and ML engineer.